What's going on? What's going on? Yo, finally, Walking Dead is back. The real Walking Dead, not that World Beyond bullshit. You know, not the Fear. Granted, Fear was actually pretty decent. First half of season 6, but the real Walking Dead. You know, it'll be like mild spoilers, or yeah, pretty much spoilers. Really, nothing too big happened this episode. You know, especially after 16, this was I expected a cool down episode, and that's pretty much what this is. Which is funny because, like, well, besides them filming during the pandemic, it was also ironic that I was just quarantined a couple weeks ago, so I was able to catch up with all this. Like, even though it's like moving towards the end of the show, it looks a lot better than it did first 10 seasons. Well, it's still season 10. It just looks better. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just clearer. I don't know if my TV updated itself or some shit, but yeah, I just watched episode 16, and you can see the huge ass difference. You can see them a little bit social distancing too in some parts of the episode. It is far apart when they do the pan the camera certain ways or whatever. But anyway, it's cool they was able to film during this fucking pandemic. But as soon as the episode starts, Maggie and Negan, you know, it's like the rematch of the century, right? You know, last time she saw him, you know, he was crying, telling her to kill him. You know, she figured he was broken. Now here he is, right in front of her with a leather jacket, all calm. Hey Maggie, you know, you can just feel the tension from it. You know, that was dope. Dope seeing the interaction between those two. Well, it wasn't much of an interaction, but you know it's going to build up to something. That was the first time you ever had 17 episodes too, by the way. If people, you know, for some reason didn't know that, whatever. But the new guy with the swords, Elijah, and the other guy was Cole, I believe, white dude. They're going to Hilltop because, you know, they lost their home or whatever. And you see how destroyed Hilltop is after, you know, Carol tells Maggie that, you know, pretty much Negan was here when they destroyed the place. He was with the Whisperers. And you can see Maggie was a little upset at first, but she realized that, you know, they had to do it. You know, Carol explained to her it had to be done. Alpha had to die and whatnot, to the point when they killed some walkers. Maggie tells Daryl pretty much where she been at the whole time. Whole time I'm thinking, yeah, your show didn't work, so you just came back to The Walking Dead. Well, I'm not joking. I was thinking that, but yeah, thought about that. And then, you know, they exchanged words. Daryl got some dialogue. I don't really like the music they got this episode. I don't know. It just seemed off. Like, it was good, like, up until this episode. I don't know what it is. It just don't seem... It's good they're changing up stuff, I guess. Like I said, it changed the visuals or something, and it changed the music too. It just didn't seem like Walking Dead music, if that makes any sense. But anyway, they're going back to get Herschel, because they're going to head to Alexandria, and they found out they've been attacked by the Reapers. And, you know, the first thing I thought about when they said Reapers was obviously Sons of Anarchy. Another one of my favorite shows, because I saw they had Robert Patrick. You know, he's one of the sons, so, you know, that's first thing I thought was, damn, they're doing a crossover on some Marvel shit again. You know, first it was Fear and The Walking Dead, now it's Walking Dead and Sons of Anarchy, but nah, Reapers are, they think it's the Reapers. It's actually one of my favorite parts of that whole episode. You know, after they've finally been attacked, they're looking for the rest of the group. You know, Daryl goes up behind this black chick and this almost takes her out, you know, slits her throat. And Maggie's like, no, she's one of us. And he's like, oh shit, my bad. And he's backs up. I don't know why I thought that was funny, but I was just thinking, like, damn, this was season 8, that she would have been gone. But anyway, you see how these guys got some tactics. These I'm assuming they're Reapers. Well, he never actually said, you know, he reminded me of Navy SEAL, Green Beret type guy. He was using people as bait, like a predator, you know, shooting them in the chest, not killing them, but enough to make them crawl and get enough to somebody to go check him out. And it worked. You got the black chick that Daryl was about to kill to go check him out. Then, what do you know? She got shot too. So they had the bright idea to go flank him, met up with him. Dude just fucking thrashes Daryl like nothing. Maggie fights him a little bit, gets caught in a trap. And that was pretty cool, to see them all working together. But eventually, they surround him. Kelly, who's looking for her sister, and Elijah's looking for, I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, Elijah was looking for somebody too, since the camp got destroyed. So, those two were like pretty much bonding now. That was cool to see. But, yeah, they all surround him, ask him where he's from. He's saying, Pope marked you. And first thing again, thinking about August Pope. Think about all these Sons references, yo. It's like, damn, they got a Pope putting a hit on Maggie too. And he just blows himself up. He just pulls a pin. Maybe it wasn't a frag, but that grenade didn't do a damn thing. He just literally blew himself up. Like, it was pretty close to him, too. It wasn't like there was social distancing. I'd have figured that grenade blast would have been a little bigger. But maybe it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a frag. It was just a regular, grenade or whatever. But anyway, started heading back. Maggie's worried, looking for Herschel. And then, little did she know, he's right above her. He just throwing, acorns at her. That was fun. I actually laughed at that, too. That was a good little moment to see Herschel. He even had Glenn's hat. Was that the same hat that she put the egg in and put on his head in season 2? Pretty sure it was. But it was cool seeing shit from the older seasons. Season 2 is one of my favorites, but I know a lot of people didn't like the farm setting, but it was a story that was carrying it for me. But yeah, it was cool seeing Herschel growing up. I don't think they're gonna be doing that crazy shit where he's like keeping walkers for carnivals and all that stuff like in the comics. I don't think they're doing all that. He seemed like a younger Glenn. It was just cool to be around. And it's funny because when they got to Alexandria, Negan saw him. I'm pretty sure he felt pretty bad because you know how he is about kids, knowing that he smashed his dad's head everywhere. That's gonna be a cool dynamic when they get close, because it's going to happen eventually. Like, Maggie may not want it, but eventually it's going to happen. And maybe Herschel probably won't even know who Negan is. If he don't tell him his name. So I mean, who knows? But it was a solid episode. I was expecting to cool down after how fucking amazing 16 was a certain Doom. I thought that should happen. Of course, we're going to get the cooldown episode. It's like how No Way Out, we had the cooldown after that. It was more comedic. Well, this one wasn't comedic, but, it was more light. It wasn't as intense. But it's going to build up, of course. You got to. You can't just be gone for a few months and just come back with a, banger episode. You got to build back up to it. That's what The Walking Dead was always good at. It gave me some season 2 vibes for sure. Seeing Maggie and Daryl interacting again. Yeah, solid episode. Home Sweet Home pretty much comes from, like I said, Maggie and Herschel going back to Alexandria. It makes sense for the title of the episode. But yeah, solid episode for sure. Definitely worth checking out. I see a lot of people complaining about it, saying it's too slow or whatever. But when you think about it, some of the best parts of Walking Dead is slower parts. You got to build up to it. You can't just hop into a fucking situation and not know what's going on and not care about the characters you ain't seen in months, or new people for that matter. But yeah, dope episode. Definitely check it out. Take it easy.